Hello everyone, with the addition of Ripper into the game, a lot of us have seen this bomb drop and just said, hey, this debuff is not working. But given that we all play either ×2 or ×6 speed, it's been working all along, we've just been missing out on what it actually does. So I finally got him to 8 stars and figured might as well make a video on him all together, just showcasing a lot of the stuff is pretty self-explanatory, but this bomb debuff is the big thing that nobody really seems to pay attention to. I'm not gonna lie, I myself didn't even really figure this out until I said, we got Ripper at 8 stars, let's make a video on him. Now this all comes from the active skill surprise gift, and this is where you're gonna see Ripper drop a bomb, and whichever enemy he hits, all adjacent enemies are gonna be taking 100% the attack damage. Now if you're not playing at 1x speed, you may have noticed at least a little Ripper icon over the enemies that got hit by this bomb, and that is the bomb debuff there. Now, eventually, when you take Ripper up to level 200, that 100% attack will turn into 110% attack. But as far as the icon itself, but the main reason why you're not seeing this actually explode is by the time it comes to the second round, remember, 2 rounds exactly means that when Ripper attacks again, that's when it's going to explode. Now, I believe it's a passive skill with this Ripper's Blessing that makes his normal attacks go and shoot out 4 of these blades. But you can see here, when we get to the second round, you're going to see 4 numbers, and then you're going to see a 5th one, a little bit less there because 120% attack versus the 100% attack. That explains that right there. But there's your explosion from Ripper's Bomb, that 5th damage number. We also had the line in there, if it disarms, it'll be doing 4.5 times the amount of damage. And you're probably asking, well, how do they disarm it? Well, simple. Somebody throws a shield on them. You can see here, Rochelle has 3 touching allies, making 4 of them they're going to get the shield. And you see the explosion here. We're hitting pretty big on this one, which means that Ripper is great for going up against a Rochelle. Now that Ripper's Blessing that we talked about that gives that normal attack of 120%, this is also going to give a dodge rate to the 2 lowest allies. When I say lowest, I mean lowest HP, but I imagine you guys know what I mean. So the passive skill Agile Movements is going to give an increase of 30% dodge to Ripper up to round 3. Now if Ripper does drop below 50% up to round 3 or anytime after that, it's going to be an additional 32% dodge. And this one also comes with 14% defense increase. The passive skill Fatalist is going to give increased dodge percentage to all heroes every time a hero dies, and then decrease the enemies. It shows 7% for increasing your hero, 6% for reducing the enemies, and then eventually goes up to 8 for yours and 7 of theirs. For the Awaken Skill Ace card, this is going to increase the dodge of all allies in the same row by 12%. Eventually that does scale up, and if you do attack enemies with full energy, it's going to reduce their speed. But this is great for throwing 2 heroes, splitting them up top, and then throwing the other 3 on the back row, getting Ripper back there, throwing some dodge on him. It just seems like the way to go with this hero. Now I am running an Onslaught on him right now. I just grabbed what I have. I haven't really been playing with him too much, so I'm thinking Onslaught is a good way to go, but I'm almost even wondering how well a crit's gonna work. The fact that when I did see that explosion of the bomb and it was critting, 4.5 times the damage was hitting pretty hard. But the engraving on this is going to revolve a lot around what your allies are doing. So whenever one of them dodges, you're going to be healing yourself for a portion of your health. But once you get this thing scaled up, you're going to be getting attack increase every time they dodge too. And this is stackable. So this is almost one of those things that if you are using Ripper inside your army, you might want to start looking at some subcategories of your other heroes. I know we all want to throw those legendary plus 10% on every single subcategory, but this might give you the option to say, hey, I want to throw some dodge in there to really make sure I get this stacking up on Ripper so he can be the big damage dealer. So I hope this clarifies how Ripper actually works for you here. You understand the bomb a little bit better and know what you're going up against if you are running Rochelle on your team. But other than that, if you guys want to know more about the Sanctum event going on in the game right now, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.